Sorry about that, guys. My stupid phone decided, or my stupid tablet decided to be a pain in the ass. I'm going to put you guys somewhere. Oh, I always have to do this. Hopefully, like, I told Nude that this happened, and yeah. So, hopefully, Nude... Like I said, my phone decided to, or my tablet started to trying to glitch on me. Like, right away, and it was like, are you effing kidding me right now? So, I am not happy. And I'm going to tell people to come to the chat too. Are you serious right now? Are you freaking serious? Ah! Okay, hopefully. New, is that you? There, dearie? Please tell me that's you. Yay! Oh my god, you got your first strike on YouTube. Oh god. Okay, thank you, sweetie. Yeah. Did you tell the others that it's chat 2 now instead of chat 1? I just figured that my phone would probably be better than the stupid tablet, since it's been wonky as shit. Give me 1 second here. Let me find a cord. Okay, thank you. Okay, so sorry whoever can't see. Can you see now? Yay? Just give me 1 second here. Okay, I see the record there. Woohoo! Sorry, I do have you guys on recording. I just had shit, really. For frick's sake. Sorry about that. Sorry, guys. Sorry, whoever that was. Yeah, it was just stupid freaking tablet and there. Now, don't jostle anything. Yay. Oh, shit. Yay, you're back. Sorry about that. My freaking phone decided to just die. Just flip over and... So. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Just tell him it was kitty chat too. It was like, crap, man. Ugh. Stupid tablet. Like I said, I think one of these days I might have to check this somewhere and hard. Like, it's good for everything else but to do videos. Like, I did videos on this before and it was fine, and all of a sudden a year later it's like, what? Like this past year. This past year. But like I said, I think it's because like I've been traveling in this a lot this past few months, that this thing has been jostled and just bleh. Jesus Christ. Really? I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was a good video. I mean, whatever. Juan Smith can go suck a lemon for all I give a shit. Oh. Sorry about that. I was thinking about doing this. Summer. Shades of summer suntan. It's not one of my favorite scents, but whatever's. It got too many views, so you put it back on Twitter. Good job. I noticed it had a lot of views than some of your other stuff, huh? I'm not saying that none of your other stuff was good or anything. It was just, I noticed it had a lot more views than your other stuff did. So. Oh, man. No, the stuff that I wanted to talk tonight was just discussing of what had happened around here. Yeah. I noticed it had 67 views before I viewed it. So yeah, it was really good. I'm just surprised that they took it down. Whatever. Hey, you know what? With that strike, it just means that that you're in their head rent free. That's my personal think on that. So. Yeah. Hey, Mr. D, what's up? Yeah, a lot of them are triggered. A lot of them are triggered. Holy crap. So yeah, like I said, like the one of the topics I want to talk about tonight, it actually happened. This piece of news happened last weekend. No, they probably didn't, and that's okay. Like I said, they're triggered. They're unhappy because you're in their head rent free, and they don't like it. I don't think anybody have really actually watched, or if anybody did, they probably watched like either Philip DeFranco or I think some other news organization, stuff like that. I kind of knew about it Sunday. I didn't know what happened during the majority of the weekend because, again, I was offline. So, are we drinking early tonight, there, Mr. D? So I guess I could talk about it right now. And it's gonna be a little hard on me because, like, I live where this happened. Like, I live in the province that happened. But okay, somebody's new. Hello, new person. I want to talk about the Humboldt Broncos and what happened to them. I know this is kind of a really sensitive topic at the moment, but this happened over the weekend. Obviously, I don't monetize this stuff, so it's really hard for me to say it. There was a bus full of kids between the ages of 16 to 21. Bunch of hockey player kids and their coaches and the driver had died. Or not a bunch of kids, but quite a number of them had passed away during the weekend. There was a big wreckage near Nipawin. Yeah, near Nipawin. And I didn't understand what was going on the weekend. I seen a few of my relatives have said, you know, they felt bad for this team and everything. Like I said, I had no clue until probably Sunday when in full context. And apparently a few of them had passed away from the accident. Some of them passed away in the hospital. Some of them had died during the accident. It was horrible. It's hard to fathom somebody's kid had died in an accident. I take it that you're from here too, from Saskatchewan as well. They're yeah, and it's is a hard topic to talk about because, okay. Yeah, hello there, Lewis. Like I said, oh, you follow hockey, okay. So, you know about the WHL, right? Then they're... I'm so sorry. I'm really bad with names. Sometimes I have to give people nicknames like Nu Metal and obviously Mr. D has his own nickname, so I just call him Mr. D. Is it Bree or Michelle? Or is it both? But anyway, like I said, that accident had happened. It was really devastating. It was really hard. Okay, Bren. Sorry. I wanted to make sure because like I said, I suck at names. I don't even know. Okay, Brenda. For Brenda. Okay. Well, okay. I'll call you Bren. Obviously I live in Saskatchewan and it's hard, and to hear something like that, it's hard. And a lot of people, I know some people have blamed the driver. I know some people that haven't blamed the driver. I don't necessarily want, I don't want to put blame on on somebody who in certain circumstances that I don't know a lot of the facts. And to be perfectly honest, I don't know a lot of the facts about this. Apparently that particular corner that accident happened to, it's a dangerous corner to begin with. There's like a tree, there's a tree line on the other side of the stop sign, and you can't really see from that tree line, and you know, stuff happens. Not saying what the driver did was any good, because you know, you don't know what's in the mind of somebody. But for me personally, what I think and what I believe on that is, I think the driver didn't know exactly what was going on, and it was too late for him to stop. And excuse me. And for that, I think that what happened to the kids was awful, was terrible. I don't wish that upon anybody. I don't care if you're a parent or like another parent or another human being. I don't wish that upon anybody. But I think that driver will never probably want to drive ever again. I think he'll end up having PTSD, like some of the drivers that has happened to. I know a couple of truck drivers myself. When they get into a really bad accident, like what happened on the weekend, they end up getting PTSD and they don't drive. I know a few ex-truck drivers that said that they don't even drive their own vehicles because they're so afraid of hitting somebody. And I could see that. I think that's my 2 cents on that. I don't think the parents have blamed the driver at all. I know the media, it's half and half. Some of them are blaming the driver, some of them aren't. Unless they have been at that corner, they don't know what that corner is like. Apparently there's some people that lived in that area that I know on a personal basis have said that corner is pretty dangerous, especially if you you can't really see the tree line, or you can't see anything out of that tree line. It gets pretty scary. So those are my 2 cents on that. But on a lighter note, what was it? The weekend has been, most of my time in the last week or so have been confusing and conflicting. The confusing part is, like, I've been having, I can't even remember the word I wanted to say. Having, yeah, it's like, it's frustrating, but it's like, what can you say? Like, what else can you say about the exact same bullshit over and over and over again? It's like hitting your head against the wall. There, I think that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, it's you have a hard time trying to explain why you feel the same way you feel all the time, but it's like a constant beating your head. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why I'm like Migs in a way, because or anyone like what he's going through is, or anyone along those lines. I feel frustrated. I feel defeated in so many ways. And just before I ate supper, there was a tweet from a particular individual that I saw, and she was like, "How dare you insult so and so?" And I'm like, really? And for her calling that person a loser and everything else, and I'm like, are we back to kindergarten? Are we back to grade school? Are we back to elementary? Like, I'm sorry. I'm one of those people, I cannot understand how people can go so low of calling somebody else a loser, a dumbass, over and over and over and over again. And here they are, like, you know, getting uppity because somebody went and said, okay, these tweets are inappropriate for Twitter or for anybody. They're harassing somebody to the full extent. Like I said in my last stream, and I'll say it again, yeah, trolls are bullies. And the two biggest bullies on freaking YouTube right now are the ones that are getting the most attention. And it drives me bananas. It really does. It's like, why are you even talking about this? Yeah, I absolutely agree. Trolls are bullies, and no matter how you do it or however, it was like, why? Like, why you want to be like that? It makes me irritated, to say the least. And for me personally, like I said, like, when I saw that tweet from She Shall Not Be Named, I was infuriated. I was just like, why would you do that? Why on earth are you calling this person this when you can pretty much, if you want to, if you think that they're harassing that person to oblivion, go to Twitter, tell them, like, hey, this is an inappropriate tweet, do something about it, or this is uncalled for, do something about it. You know, I'm done with stupid people. That's what it is. I think I am completely done with stupid people. And I think the stupidity is just, it's risen. It's like the same thing like with our last election. People were PO'd that, you know, that a certain person won. Who gives a shit? The only reason why that person won is because we got fed up with the other person that was in charge. And I think it's the same way with the states. And why you guys have who you have as a president. So you guys got fed up with all the regular politicians, and I don't blame you for it. But I think that, you know, the one who's in power is not any better, but I mean, what can you do, right? But then again, that's politics, and that's my personal feelings on politics on that. It's like, if you don't like them, you should have done something about it. That's my personal feelings on that. And I think that's how I always go in, and it's like, you shouldn't be griping about who you have in power unless you voted for that person, or like if you voted. Yeah, see, I always vote. I don't work for the elections that we have here, because apparently in my province 2/3 of them are stupid. Am I left or right? I would say I'm more in the center, because I can't say that I'm left, and I can't say that I'm right. Like, I'm for some of the stuff that both sides have, but I mean, at the same time, I'd rather say that I'm more in the center. I can't say specifically, like, if I'm a left person or a right person, because for me, for that that's kind of like putting me in a bubble, and I don't like being in a bubble, really. Like I said, I can see where some people go from one side to the other, but at the same time, I'm a realist when it comes to stuff like that. And I know some of our politicians are shit, and some of the policies that happen here is shit, but what can you do? And plus, where I live, you get stifled a lot. Yeah. And see, and I can understand with the people who work at the polls, because you have an opinion, but you can't really fully say what your opinion is about unless you want to get butchered. And for me, saying, like, I feel like I'm more in the center, and the only reason why I say that I'm more in the center, am I a liberal? Yes and no. I'm a liberal for some things, but not for everything. And yeah, I think that's more of what I am. I'm more of an independent, and I feel that's how I feel. And that's in the States term. For Canadian term, I'm anything but a conservative. I'll say that. There's some crazy things in the Conservatives in Canada that you could just shake your head on and go, what the hell? So, oh, that kind of community. Yes, I do support. I do. Like, but here's the thing for that though, too. Like, I will say this right now. For that kind of a community, I don't mind that they exist at all. I have no problem with them. For me, personally, my business about my sexuality is for my own. And that's not for some government to literally be in my business. And I think that's one of the biggest things in Canada that we always have. Yeah, and I'm a critical thinker too. Like, I think about it critically, and then I have different scenarios in my head of how that scenario, like that one piece of scenario is in. But that's how I feel. You like Doritos? Doesn't everybody? I cannot say that I like Trump, or I don't like Trump. or like Trump or not like Trump. Okay, thank you. See, for me, like I said, like for me personally, I don't really want to talk about, like, for me personally, my sexuality is my own. And yes, I'm maybe straight or whatever, but I have friends that are like, that are lesbians or gay or bi or whatever. They're just a normal human being like anybody else. I actually know somebody who is actually transgender. Transgender. Yeah, think she's a female, but she was originally a male. Yeah, she was originally a male, but she's a female now. But I think she's kind of cool actually, for her personally. So yeah, and I have somebody in particular. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna mute the microphone here. Okay, can you guys still hear me? Don't mind the mess behind me. Okay, cool. But like I said from before, there has been some stuff that like I said, I'm okay with and I'm not okay with. Like, I do believe in people having right to arms, but I also believe in, like, mental health. So, I don't know. Take as you will. But I'm also one of those people, I don't believe that the earth is flat or the earth is 6,000 years old. Hope people understand that too. And also, what else? I guess I don't like talking about this one subject, but I'll say it once. Flat Earth. Yeah, I know. I will say this once and only once. And if anybody bugs me about this again, I will literally have to have them booted out. I am an atheist. I don't believe in God. And I have my own discretions about religion in itself. I don't care if people believe in God. That is not my issue. I don't mind if people believe in it. I just don't like it when it's been pushed on me and my own. Anybody is planning on saying something like that, I would rather have them booted out. If that's okay with my mods. Because like I said, that's only going to be said once and once only. If people have problems with it, there's an exit button at the top right hand corner. You can push it. Does that sounds fair? I used to believe in religion back when I was a kid. And then I got into high school. And it was pushed upon me and I couldn't handle it anymore in high school. So I turned into an atheist by grade 10. So I've been an atheist for a long time. Oh my god. Oh man. What else? What else I like to talk about that hasn't been discussed? Oh. Yeah, I'm still gonna film that go around thing. I just haven't, like, this past weekend I couldn't. What was it? Friday I started feeling really crappy. As soon as my husband got home, I felt so crappy. And then the next day I was starting to feel better. I was starting to feel better. And all of a sudden we went over to a friend's place, had supper, and I felt shitty afterwards. And I mean fucking shitty. I don't know what we ate. I know we ate Chinese food. That's all I know. But it was off. It was so effing off. Our friends ended up having food poisoning from it. And I felt so sick. Like, my family have joked that we, like, all of us have this iron stomach, but I'm like, dude, it was awful. And then I felt sick throughout Sunday. And then Monday I was starting to feel a little bit better. It wasn't a cat meat sandwich. Oh my god. Oh, no. Hell no. I would not eat a cat. I wouldn't. Oh man. I think it was something that had to do with the freaking egg rolls. And thankfully enough, I actually said I couldn't eat it. I couldn't. There was something off with those egg rolls, and I was just like, nope. Okay, done. And I'm glad that I just only felt sick, and I didn't throw up. Okay. Okay, I gotta stop talking about it, because I'm gonna make myself sick. I'm gonna make myself sick. I know it. But yeah. It was hard. Like, I mean, it was fucking hard. Yeah. So I'm hoping this weekend I'm not gonna end up being sick and do it. Like, my husband knows that I was gonna do it. So I did talk to him about the whole Q&A. He doesn't want to do it. And I kind of knew that's the reason I asked him beforehand, but I thought, well, you know what, I'll ask him before I get him on camera, because he's not gonna feel it, and he wasn't feeling it. He said that maybe he'll do it. Maybe. He said he still has to go through, like, a shit ton of stuff, which I don't blame him. And I mean, he's still going through school, so it's kind of hard for him to just, you know, sit down and do a video. So, like I said, he's still going through school. He's still trying to get stuff done. And he also told me something the other night that stuff happens. What the fuck? I'm sorry. I didn't see that all. Give me a second here. Oh, dude. Oh, sorry, guys. Dude, no. Gross. Why wouldn't you say that to your niece, man? Your niece of all people. I'm sorry. No, the fuck? Okay. No, don't end. Okay. No ending, right? Okay. Good. Holy fuck. Damn it. Dude. Sorry, my stupid, like, where I have you guys sit is up on my jewelry box. On top of my jewelry box, and fuck. I know. It's a fucking piece of shit. There. Gotta have fun. Yep, that's about it. Dude, that's so sad. Why would you do that to your niece, for fuck's sake? Dude, if I did that to my niece, my sister would kill me. If I said that to my niece, I would be dead. I wouldn't even be alive. I'd be dead. You'd be seeing my body hanging right from the light. Because my sister would do it. Oh man, I would be dead if I did that to my niece. Like literally fucking dead. My niece would just freak out so badly that my sister would kill me. Yeah, no, like we joke around a lot around here, but if I actually said like, oh, that meat is from a cat or from a dog, game over. Game over for me. I would be dead. Dead. Like, you would stick a fork in me and I'm cooked. Because that's just how it goes. Actually, speaking... Okay, I'll tell you guys a story that happened. Like, actually, it still happens to this day. Because this happens to my niece. My niece is terrified of mustaches, of mascots, especially when it's like Mickey Mouse or anybody like that. She's terrified. Oh, she used to be really, really terrified of them. She's getting better, but she's not there yet. But I know for a fact she hates mustaches. I know she hates Santa Claus. Like, it was funny, the one year, my sister and her two kids, my niece and my nephew, were standing in line to go meet Santa Claus. And my sister's like, oh, are you guys excited to go meet Santa Claus? And of course my nephew is like, oh, yeah, I'm excited. Yeah. My niece is like, no, I'm good. Santa doesn't need to give me a gift. Oh God, it was hilarious. And what's even funnier is that she would run to her room pretending that she's going to bed when my dad got home, or when my dad got over to my sister's place, because she was terrified of his mustache. Like, he has a full bushy, like almost handlebars mustache. And yeah, she would run to her room, going into, like, literally changing into her pajamas, everything, and gone into bed. Now she's not so bad now. Like, she'll stay in a room with somebody who has a mustache or beginnings of a mustache or beard, but she will not hug them. She will not give them like any sort of affection unless their beard or mustache is gone. The only time she'll give my dad a hug, and he's the only one that she'll give a hug to that has a mustache, because she has seen that thing since the day she was born. I've seen that thing since the day I was born. Yeah, like, dude, I think my dad have grown his mustache ever since he was like in grade 10. And he's in his 60s now. So he has that mustache for a long time. I've never seen him without that mustache. The day he passes away and somebody decides to take that mustache off of him, I'm going to be like, that's not my dad. That's some stranger. I have no clue who the hell that is. Because I've never seen him without a mustache. You get nervous around women with mustaches. Yeah. I would be nervous too if a woman came around with a big ass mustache. But like I said though, like, my dad has like the biggest, bushiest mustache you would ever see. And I've never seen him without it. Ever. And like I said, like, if he died and that mustache was removed, I'd be like, who the heck is that? Because that's not my dad. That's not my dad. Because I would be like, where the hell is my dad? Because unless they went and decided to put that casket down, then I'd be like, yeah, this is my daddy. And cry, but nah. No way, Jose. I would never, ever, ever, ever see him without a mustache. My husband, I've seen him without a mustache so many times. If I see him with a mustache, I'm freaked out because I'm like, ew, mustaches. Like, I understand the whole point of having a mustache kind of guy, but if I see him with a mustache, I'd be like freaking out. My kids have seen him without a mustache, and they're like, they see him with a little bit of hair, they're like, who the hell is that? I'm like, I don't know, but he's shaving it. Oh my god. Like I said, that was the funniest thing about my niece. Like, she hated mascots and she hated mustaches and beards and whatever else. Like, she does not like being around Santa. Yeah. No, you can see his mustache. Full visual. Like, you can't even see his upper lip. That's how bushy the damn thing is. Oh man. It was hilarious. Man. Oh. Man. Oh my god. I keep trying to move you guys more closer this way, but not happening anytime soon. Oh. I actually, like I said, I finished some projects when AV was on. So yeah. I finished, like I said, I finished my mom's birthday gift. I can get it without making you guys fall and myself fall and whatever else. Ow. So I made this for my mom for her birthday, because her birthday's coming up. All it is just a regular jewelry box. Sorry, guys. My leg twisted the wrong way, so now it hurts. So there's the inside. There's the backing of it. There's the blue. It's mostly blue with different colors on it. Like, my mom's a pretty colorful gal, so I thought I would make that for her birthday. And of course, I know she doesn't watch YouTube, so we're good. She won't see my stuff. We're good. And I also made her Mother's Day gift too. Yeah. No, I went to the gym yesterday. It's been a while since I've been at the gym, so I kind of twisted the wrong way just now, so my leg is noticing the burn. It's like, yep, burning. That's okay. And I knew this was going to happen again. Children! I will be right back. Alright, sorry about that. My daughter wanted to watch Paw Patrol, and I was like, not in my room. Can you go watch downstairs? So I finally got her convinced to go downstairs to go watch it with her other two brothers. I think that's the one thing about children is that she wraps you around her damn finger. And it's like, if it wasn't for you carrying the bloodline. If it wasn't for you carrying the bloodline. Oh, I haven't seen Tomb Raider either. Been tempted. I think it's on Netflix, but I'm not sure. Server 2 usually has the best quality, so try that. So, Server 2? Oh, you guys are talking about other stuff. Okay. You said you don't like lower streamers. Oh, okay. No problem. I'm just, like, worried. I'm not even worried. Alright. Sorry, guys. I'm just reading the chat here. Is that all on Netflix? Because I have no clue what the hell is going on. Like, I have Netflix. That's all I have. I don't have, like... I have a smart TV, but I have no idea how to work it. Like I said, I have a smart TV. I don't know how to work it. The internets. The internets confuse me. Even though probably you guys are all older than me. Because I'm about the same age as AV. But I act like I'm 80 years old. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, you stream on the web. Okay, I get it. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just scratching my leg because it hurts. Yeah. Free movie site. Oh, okay. If it's a free movie site, then that's totally understandable. I've actually used to watch Coke and Popcorn back in the day. I don't know if it's still around or whatever. But I used to watch stuff on there. I used to watch Bones on there, and I think I used to watch they didn't have any reality TV on Coke and Popcorn. I think that's the only thing that was different, was they didn't have reality TV. Man. Dude. Man. Oh! No, don't. Don't make me anything. I swear. Like... Okay. Like I said, okay. I love my anime. I love my cars more than anything in the world. But lately I've been a big sucker for Chris Evans. I've been a sucker for Chris Evans, especially when he's in the Captain America outfit. Oh, sorry. But I mean, like, that's who I've been kind of eyeballing the last few months. Is Chris Evans in the Captain America suit for some strange reason. But I have like all the Captain America movies. Like, I have the Captain America, the first Avenger. I have the second one. I have Captain America Civil War. I mean, I have all the movies. So, I don't know. Like I said, like, I don't know. It's... I'm just glad that I actually finished some of my projects. Like, I have to go and take a couple of my projects and send them off to places. I don't think AB is even on, is he? I can't even check. I can't check to see if he's on. Let's see for a second. No, I can't check. I can't check to see who's on. Like, I think it's only me, you, and D, and somebody else. And somebody else just joined. Yay, I got 4 people joining. Woohoo. Like I said, I have my haters and then I don't. Okay, Bren. Sorry, Bren. God. Okay, and then there's 5. Oh, hey, Becky. How are you? How are you, dear? It's been a while since I've seen you. You probably saw my face and go, oh my God, I know who that is. Oh my God. Oh, I see. Yeah, good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I was just saying, like, I don't think AV's on, but in a way, I kind of don't want him on because I don't want him to see what I got going for him. So I'm hoping that he. Oh my God, really? More of this broke? Oh yeah. I have a big time wrestling on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, WrestleMania was on just this past weekend too, wasn't it? I see. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he was saying that he wasn't feeling good earlier today, so. My daughter is watching and I'm hiding in my room. Yeah. See, my kids were playing on video games, so I'm hiding in my room because they're playing video games, so. My kids aren't into wrestling. So. Yeah, I'm not a big wrestler fan, but I'm also not a big game. I used to be a really big gamer. I used to love playing the Final Fantasy games, but since after having kids, I have no time to play. So I fall off. I fall off the big deep train for it. My husband will play video games until the cows come home, but I'm like, you know, after having 4 children and, you know, being out of sorts for 9 months at a time. See, my husband doesn't have that. He wants one, and I said no. He's not allowed to have one yet. So I told him the only time he'll have a man cave is if we Oh. Yeah. Yeah, see, my husband wants a big man cave, but he doesn't. Well, my husband will earn his by next year. And here's why he'll earn it. He'll earn it when we start getting the basement done. The only reason why he hasn't had a man cave is because the basement needs to be done first before he gets a man cave. And he needs to make sure he gets a room done for the older boys first. For the older boys before he gets a man cave. And I told him then only then you can get a man cave. So stuff needs to be done first before he gets a man cave. And I think the man cave, or actually the man cave that he wants is the one for all of our gaming books. As you can kind of see right here. Yeah, the hell, right here. Right here. Like all these books here. These are all our tabletop game books. And we play those on the weekends. So that's how come sometimes my weekends are usually pooched. Is because we are dealing with that crap on the weekend. So my weekends are sometimes pooch and sometimes not, depending on how I feel. And lately, I've been feeling okay enough that we can go and do stuff, but yeah. Yeah, and And you know what? And that's perfectly fine. And I'm not saying that no man deserves a man cave. I just think my husband doesn't need a man cave right at this moment, because we need to clean out the basement completely. And I mean completely. Like take everything that's out of the basement and needs to go somewhere. It can either go to my parents' farm, or it needs to be go. Yeah. My husband doesn't need the garage. What he wants is the attic upstairs. Yeah. No, and I agree with you there, Bren. Yeah. See, what I want to do for my husband is I want to make him a man cave up in the attic. And what that will be consisted of is the walls being done. Oh, because all there is right now is just the tin roof that we have and the rafters. So this is what I want to do. I want to plaster up all the walls. I want to make some kind of storage up there for him. And I would put all the gaming stuff that he has up there and display it in a way that he can find it easily. He could have a seating area for his stuff, and then having, like almost everything at his fingertips. See, that's what I want to do for him for his man cave. But like I said, we have to clean out the basement first. We also have to tear down the old garage. That garage has been around since probably this house had been built. We need to tear that one down, build a double garage throughout our backyard, so nobody can get in and out of our backyard except for us. And yeah, like there's got to be stuff done here first before he gets his man cave, and he knows that. And it's not like I'm saying that he doesn't deserve a man cave. I'm just saying he can't earn it just yet until we're done with stuff first. And he knows, and I joke with him and I say like, oh, you don't need a man cave. I need a zen place to live in a sense. And we joke about it and we laugh. It's not we don't have a sense of humor or anything. It's just, oh, that's okay. No. And I understand what you were trying to say. I wasn't implying that he doesn't deserve it. It's just for us personally, we know we have like so many other things to do first before he gets a man cave. Like for example, like if you saw our basement and our garage, you would probably agree with me of saying this stuff needs to be done first. This stuff needs to be done first, regardless of how anybody else feels. Like I said, like our basement's so bad right now. Like all it is right now is just in the bare minimum bones. Like all we have is just yeah. See, and then we have like our children. Our children are still in the ages like they need to be at school. Oh, but about 75% of them need to be at school. The other 25% is not there yet. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, no, the majority of our children are still kids, and we need to get stuff done for them first. Yeah. Like I was just discussing, like I have one daughter and 3 sons, and all my sons are older. I only have my youngest is my daughter, and holy crap, some days. And I grew up with having siblings too, so I mean, like I have one sister, 2 brothers. So I know all the life about having 4 kids. or having siblings. And it's a pain, to say the least, but I wouldn't change it any other way. I love my brothers and I love my sister. Though I don't show it every day, I do love them. I'm proud of each and every one of them. My my two brothers are in the military. I couldn't be any more proud. My sister works for the government. I couldn't be even more proud for her. And I mean, it takes a lot of guts to do the things that they're doing. They say that, yeah. Yeah. And they say that I'm a role model in itself because they said that it wouldn't even dream of having as many as kids that I have, and still have most of my wits about me. They're pretty amazed that, you know, I can still crack jokes and I can still, you know, push on, and that's kind of nice to hear. But at the same time, I'm kind of not holding my breath on that one either. But no, I don't know what else to say about that. Jeez. Yeah. See, I originally wanted to have more children, but after having my third, and my fourth children, I realized that my health was getting really bad. And we were in the, we were really, we were struggling. I was struggling as a struggling in a physical sense and an emotional sense as well. But we also had a miscarriage in between. My two sons. I had complications with my third child, and I was terrified for the fourth one. We were really shocked with her, and so we stopped at 4. It wasn't just this like a financial burden. It was really tough. Yeah. I think it's still hard for me to actually talk about what happened without feeling sorry for myself, even though I shouldn't. So yeah, I had 2 different miscarriages. Yeah, I had 2 different miscarriages. I had one before my oldest kid, and then I had one in between my second and my third child. The first one was just, it was just a regular miscarriage. It wasn't like really scarily really close to due dates, and yeah, it's hard. It's hard to fathom about it. And the second one was even harder because I was maybe 3 months, maybe a little bit beyond that. I can't even remember. What happened was I was losing it, and they found out that I had a mermaid baby, which is, the legs are very close together. Sometimes they don't have genitals. Sometimes they don't have an anus, to say the least. More times than not, a lot of those kind of children. Why do people kill themselves? I'm sorry, what? we were talking about one of the children that I lost. I don't understand that. Anyway, like I was saying, this child had that kind of a condition. Yeah. I kind of figured. That's why I was like, that was kind of random. But anyway, like, that happened, and like I said, I was bleeding out. Went to the hospital. They had to terminate the pregnancy, which kind of sucked. But they said if they didn't do it, it would have been a lot harder for me to do it. So they did, and yeah, they are random. They are quite random. But yeah, no, and that's exactly what happened. And it sucks to talk about it. And I mean, I didn't find out that it was a mermaid baby until probably my third one was coming. And yeah, I didn't tell my husband until probably when our fourth one was being born. Because I was really worried that she wasn't going to have all 10 toes and having 2 legs and the whole 9 yards. So I'm kind of grateful that she did and all that. And a lot more. Like a lot more personality. Oh, God, my kid. Oh. Oh, God. Actually, this... Yeah, that was a kind of random. Yep, really random. Oh, thank you. And I mean, I just wanted to tell that story because I figured that, you know, that story, that kind of a story needed to be told in with some context. Like for me personally, no matter what kind of stuff I went through in my life, I always try and see the good. Oh, thank you. And I mean, I always try to see the good in everything. And then I mean, in one way, I'm kind of glad that did happen in a way. And it happened the way it did. Is because now, like, if that happened to me during the other times of my 2 pregnancies, I probably wouldn't have been where I am today. And I'm kind of glad for that. And I'm thankful for all the love and the support for that. I mean, yeah, it was random to say stuff like that, but I mean, it's something that I feel compelled to talk about because considering of the topics of that happen of late, I just figured, you know what? There's always a moral. There's always a moral to every story. And the moral to my story is that, yeah, a lot of random shit happens. A lot of bad things happen. But, I mean, a lot of good comes out of it. I mean, I have 4 beautiful children, regardless. I mean, even my own boys look gorgeous. And, yes, I'm being biased. And I have a husband that I love, and he adores me some days, even through my crazy crap that I've gone through in my life. You know? And I'm sitting here and I'm reminiscing on a lot of stories in my own head, and I don't talk about them because they're kind of like They're kind of a story that's kind of hard to explain. He is a very lucky man, and I'm very lucky to have him. And I think he came in the most perfect time in my life. Yeah, no problem. Like I said, I have no problem sharing some of my stories. I just thought it was kind of random to talk about it because I thought it would be better to talk about that than talking about, you know, all the crazy shit that happened the last few days. Like, feels like my province have been under scrutiny for a little bit. So, like I said, like, in the earlier stuff, like, what happened to those kids was just absolutely horrible. And I mean, absolutely horrible. But in a same sense, it's like there was a story in there. Oh, he was your mechanic? That's, you know what? No problem. Because to tell you the truth, I met my husband at a comic book store. So, I mean, dude, I guess, you know what? Screw it. I'll talk. Yeah, geeks. Totally. I'm into geeks. You met him on a blind date. No, with a friend of his. Oh, yeah. Actually, it's funny because me and my husband actually had a mutual friend. Yeah. Hardcore geek. Ugh. Hardcore. It was funny because the day I met him, I didn't like him at first. And I mean, I can finish up the story. I'll start it again and I'll finish it tonight. Hopefully I'll finish it. So, okay, so I met my husband at a comic book store. How I met him was I was already with somebody else. We had a mutual friend. And we were supposed to meet up with our mutual friend to have lunch. And I was with somebody else at the time. I was with my older son's dad at the time. And unfortunately, he was going through some chemo. He was diagnosed with cancer. It was horrible. But he was also going through these trial drugs it was terrible. It was a terrible time in our lives. No, we did not. No, we did not play Dungeons and Dragons. And we met up for lunch with our mutual friend. And we went out for lunch. But as we were going to lunch, a cab driver tried to hit me. And he pulled me out of the way. The first time. And then I thought nothing of it. I was like, okay, whatever. You know. No big deal. Yeah. Seriously. It was about, like, it was very close. Like, I was far enough from it that it wasn't going to hit me real close. But it was still in the proximity that it could have hit me. Yeah. So we went for lunch. We were talking. They were spinning me ideas of, like, how to get him to communicate with me, like my ex to communicate with me, to, you know, talk about what was going on, how I was feeling at that moment, all the rest of it. Like, my husband and our friend were trying to be friends to me first, which was cool, which was fine. As we were coming back from lunch and dropping him off at work, because he was still working. He was working at the comic book store. Him and our mutual friend were working at the same comic book store. They were even friends from high school. That's how these two know each other. And I only knew our mutual friend through the comic book store because he was working there. And they both were. They were both working at that same comic book store. They were actually working roughly around the same time frame. Anyway, as we were walking back to the comic book store, same cab driver tried hitting me again. But this time, even closer. Like, it was like the cab was about that much closer to my face. Yeah, again, same cab driver, everything. Okay? Yeah. And he pulled me, what did I do? Absolutely nothing, because I was actually more upset with my husband at the time than him. Just so you know. I actually turned around and I swore at my husband, who was our mutual friend's friend. Okay, I wasn't even friends with the guy. I was mad. Yeah. Somebody did call the cab driver. I think it was our mutual friend called the cab driver, or the company or whatever, and told him. Yeah, PD got him. Anyway, I got mad at my husband at the time, who wasn't my husband or anybody. I got mad at him. I said, "Why did you save me? Why? What if I want to be hit?" Like, I was that much, like, upset and frustrated, and it was really awful. Like, my head was so screwed up at this point, because I didn't know it at the time, but my ex at that time had mentally broke me down. And I'm not excusing my ex at that time, because it was horrible. Yeah, like that was his mind. That was his mind at that time. He thought I was still screaming at him. I was throwing profanities at him. Again, like I said, like, at that time, in that mind frame of mine, I was broken down emotionally. I was broken down mentally. Physically, I was, yeah. Yeah, but like I said, though, like, what happened to me in that mind frame at that time, I was done. I was done. Anyway, because of other stuff beforehand. And so I'm like, whatever, and I laughed. Yeah, probably he pissed me off, and I just turned around and I blamed it on the first person that saved me. Okay, just so you know. He knew I wasn't really upset with him. I wasn't really angry with him. He knew during that time frame, all he knew that I was some crazy girl that wanted to be hit. But after we talked and stuff, he knew at that moment that where I was not a safe place for anybody to be. Yeah. Yeah. So, let me finish the story. Oh, no. I'm far from being sweet. I'm so far from being sweet. This man had put up with my shenanigans for a lot longer than anybody else can figure out. Trust me, I am nowhere near sweet. Anyway, so I avoided... Oh, wait until I give you my high school stories. Trust me, I am not that sweet. Anyway, so I avoided this man for about a month. Yes, I am married. Anyway, can I at least finish this, please? Please? Because I know New and Mr. D have been asking for the story for a while. Let me finish, okay? And then you guys can comment after. So, I avoided this man for a month. Okay, I avoided him like a plague. And during that entire month, I went to go see our other friend, who also works at the comic book store. that I've known for years. And I okay, at close to the end of the month, he have told me that he was going to be working with my husband at the time. And I'm like, "Are you dead serious?" And he's like, "Yes, because they work on the same schedule." He would work, there was like 3 levels to this building. So he would work at the top floor, and my husband, who was this dude that I bitched at, was working on the main level. And then I think their managers were working in the basement at that time. So I would have to try and sneak up to the 2nd level to go hang out with my friend without this other person seeing me. How you become a mod. Yeah, I have to know you a bit before I give you a mod. Sorry, guy. So I'm not about that life. I'm not a very sneaky person, just say the least. My husband's dad think otherwise, but you know. Anyway, so I had to do a face-to-face contact with this man. So I finally was like, okay, I'm gonna break down, because I can't avoid my friends for a month. So I'm like, okay. I broke down. I went to the store the day that they were both working. And I'm like, hey, can I talk to you for a minute? And he's like, at this point, he forgot the whole ordeal. He forgot the whole ordeal throughout the entire time of the month. And I'm like, hey, I'm really sorry about what happened. I'm not usually like this kind of person. I just had a really, really bad, I had a bad day that day. And I did. Like, my ex at the time was in the hospital. He wouldn't let the doctors tell me what was going on, nothing. Like, this guy was creme of the creme of being an asshole. And, of course, my husband, who was this rando guy at the time, was like, what? What are you talking about? I shit you not. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what do you mean you don't know about the cab driver? And he's like, oh yeah, no, never mind. He's like, I forgave you like weeks ago. I'm like, just jaw drop. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what? You forgive me already? After the shit that I pulled? He's like, dude, he's like, seriously. He's like, after you bitched at me, he's like, I was talking to our mutual friend, and he was telling me, like, he thinks that you are completely broken after the fact of what's going on. He's like, so I forgive you instantly. And I was like, I was literally broken. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I was literally like, what? I literally, like, jaw dropped. I was speechless for about a good 15 minutes. And I'm like, well, can we start over? And he's like, yeah, no problem. I introduced myself, and I'm like, hi, my name is Kitty. And he's like, hi, my name is Fenris. Yeah, I used Bartel, but apparently he likes Fenris better. He said, if I'm going to tell the story, I better say Fenris instead of the other one. So he's like, hi, my name is Fenris. And I was like, okay. And we became friends after that. And we were friends. What happened to us was at the end of June. I didn't talk to him throughout the entire month of July. August is when we started being really good, like, being good friends at that point. And then from August, September, October, we were really good friends. We were chatting it up. We played werewolves. We played like we were playing like tabletop games for a good few months. And you get to know a person when you play like games and when you sat down and talked to them for a while. So we became good friends up until October. And that's when he realized that he liked me more than a friend. But he knew that I was in a relationship, so he didn't want to ruin the friendship. And we continued being friends up until, I think, December. And that's when I started having feelings for him. But I knew I was still in a relationship, so I had to I was telling him throughout the entire time, like, no thanks, no, sorry. Like, I like you, but we can't. Until I found out Christmas that my ex at the time cheated on me. And he didn't just cheat on me with one person. He cheated on me with 2 people that I knew. And one of them happened to be his ex at the time. I was heartbroken on Christmas, but I still forgave my ex. And I shouldn't have. But I thought we would work things out, whatever. And then when January came around, it was really hard for both of us. And he was getting stranger and stranger by the moment. Throughout most of the month of January. Until one day he decided to tell me that I had to choose between him and my friends and my family. And of course with the kids involved. Like he said, he basically told me, because we had kids together and he was sick. And I thought, well, he would get better during that time frame. And you can't really fully judge me until you realize, like, how bad it was to that point. I thought things would get better. Like, once he, once he got through his cancer and stuff. And apparently he kind of knew deep in his hearts of hearts that it wasn't going to get any better. And so I remember the day specifically. He told me that I had to choose between him and the kids against my own family and my friends. And I remember the first day he told me that the first person that had to go was my husband at the time, he was my friend. And so my friend, Fenris was like, hey, are we going to hang out tonight? Are we doing something? And I said, yeah, we'll do something. And I was trying to mentally prepare myself to separate from him. And I couldn't. Throughout the entire time, I picked him up. I was going to take him over to his house to let him go have a shower or whatever. And then tell him, like, it's over. And throughout the entire time in the car, it was dead quiet. Like, it was so quiet, like a pin could drop. And I had to tell him, like, it's over. And I told him, like, hey, look, I like you and everything, but we can't be friends. That hit him so hard. It was unreal. And he kept asking me why, and I'm like, I just can't tell you. I couldn't. And, like, he kept pestering me for a good 15-20 minutes, and then he was leaving. As he was leaving, I hit my head on my steering wheel at the time, because I was the one that drove. And I was hitting it because I felt so dumb for dropping a friend for an ass. That was basically what it was. And it's not fair. It wasn't fair to me. It wasn't fair to anybody else in the picture. And he stopped me and he was like, well, what? He's like, why are you doing this? And I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this. And he was asking me why. And then I told him why. And he got mad. Like, he got seriously mad at my ex. And he was like, screw him. And I'm like, I can't leave him because of my kids. And he's like, well, if he's going to do that to you, then screw him. And I'm like, ugh. And we went, had coffee, talked it out, and we were trying to make a plan for us to be just friends at that point, like secretly be friends. And I went back home, and I couldn't lie to my ex at that time, and I'm like, you know what, I can't choose. I can't choose between you and my friends and my family. That's not fair to me. And so my ex decided, no, you know what? If you're not going to decide, I'll decide for you. And he broke it off with me. It literally broke my heart. As soon as he told me that it was over, I literally, it was like a freaking movie. Like, you can, like, you know how the people slowly cry or like just that slow moment in time that they wish that things were different. That's what it felt like at that point. And when he broke it off with me, the first person I called was Fenris, and I told him what happened. And he was like, oh, I'll come over the next day. We'll help you. I'll help you do whatever you need. And he did. And I think that whole month of January, we were just still friends. We were like, I don't want to be in a relationship right away. And at that point in time, there was a lot of people that were trying to hit me up, trying to hook up with me and stuff. And I was just like, I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. I'm no. I don't want to be hit on, nothing. Because once they find out that somebody broke up with somebody, they instantly try and pounce on that person that got broken up with around here. And I was so scared and petrified of being with anybody else. So Fenris was like, well, just say that we're dating, but we're not at that moment. And maybe in the future it'll be a slow relationship that will turn into that point. And it did. It turned out that way, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And I think that was in 2009, I think. No, it was the beginning of 2010 when we broke up. Like, me and my ex broke up. And then in October, like, we started dating, I think, towards the end of February. Yeah, I think it was towards the end of February we started dating. Like, I did, like, but we weren't, like, dating, like, seriously or anything. But we were just, it was more like a hangout more than a date. And then, I think, in October that year of 2010, my ex passed away. And he passed away of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is a really deadly, ugly thing. And yeah. And we've been together ever since. And during that entire time of 2010, it was crazy. Between me and my ex, we were fighting, but we were never fighting in front of the kids. That was the one thing we always said. We were never, if we were going to fight, we were going to fight just by ourselves. We weren't going to fight in front of the kids because it wouldn't be fair on the kids. Especially when, they know that their mom and dad have split up and weren't together anymore. And even now, my oldest kind of knew about his dad and what was happening. The the younger one out of the two had no clue. My husband is the only male figure besides my dad that he ever knew in his life. So yeah, that is the story of how me and my husband have met. I know it was a really long and boring story, but yeah, I got married like 3 years ago, so it took us a while, but we were like trying to save up for our wedding, and it was horrible. I was also pregnant. I was also pregnant when we were getting married. I had our baby 3 weeks before our marriage. Thank you. Thank you for not thinking that it was boring. I just figured that if I like give some kind of context of my husband and how he is in that story, people will understand if they do see him. Thank you. Yes, I finally finished it like after what, a whole week. Too bad Amy wasn't here to hear it. And that's what you and that's what you missed. Is the story of the entire story. Oh my god. You might have to watch it in playback. Oh my god. Yeah, I finally finished the story of how me and my husband met. That is too funny. Yeah, too bad Amy missed it. Oh well. Maybe I'll let him know. Maybe we'll tell him about the play that he has to watch the live stream that I told it. Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's the whole story about it. Yes. Round of applause. Woohoo. Yay. Yeah, he can rewatch it. But yeah, no. Yeah. So like when people say like, oh, you don't know what cancer people deal with on a day-to-day basis. No, I do. I mean, not just my ex had cancer. I mean, I have family members that had cancer. I mean, right now my mom's dealing with it. She has non-Hodgkin's lymphoma as well, but hers is a much slower paced cancer than my ex had. My ex had the T cell. Yeah, the T cell, and my mom has the B cell. The difference between the two is the T cell is more aggressive than the B cell one. So like I said, like I do understand when people say like, oh, I have cancer, you don't understand. And it's like, no, I do. Yeah. Colon cancer sucks. My uncle was dealing with it. I think he still is kind of dealing with it right now. Yeah. Yeah. All the hearts go for the all for the cancer survivors and stuff. Yeah, cancer sucks. That's all I gotta say about it. Cancer sucks. It should just go away. It needs to be beaten with a big ass club and just go away. Indefinitely. Wow, I've been talking forever. Jesus. How long has it been? Holy crap. Okay, I just realized what time it is. And it's time for some little children to go to bed. Holy crap. No. That sucks. Jesus. That sucks. Massive heart attack. That's not cool. Yeah. What was it? My grandfather passed away with lung cancer in 2006. Actually, March 2nd of 2006. Yeah, that sucks, Vicky. I'm so sorry. There, dear. Like I said, cancer sucks. It needs to be beaten with a big ass stick, like very big. Like, well, you can't really see in my arms, but I'm like, like that to that end, like big ass. Yeah. 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 I don't know what to say about that. That sucks. Like I said, like, cancer needs to be beaten with a big stick. The biggest stick on the freaking planet you can find. That's where it needs to be beaten. But I heard that nowadays a lot of the more anti-aggressive cancers are being beaten. Aw. Yeah, a lot of people say that I actually look like a lot like my my grandmother on my dad's side. She has this kind of face. Minus the double chin. Minus this thing right here. I look sexy right now. Oh my god. Yeah, I do. Apparently my mom said that I look a lot like a lot of my aunts on my dad's side and my grandmother. My grandmother used to call me her mini-me back in the day. Sorry about looking at the time and stuff. I just realized what time it is and I should get going because some kids need to go to bed. So I am going to head out. I gotta make sure that my little ones get their proper sleep. And maybe, just maybe, I might go on tomorrow. Yeah, no problem. I have no problem doing that. Yes, you guys all have a good night. And like I said, I might be on tomorrow. I might not. Depends. All right. So give this a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. I do have other social medias. I do have Instagram, Twitter, Peace out.